Welcome into the Sports Street Studio, folks, for this week's edition of Third and Long. It's Week 14. It's the Sunday slate, and we're going to run through every single game on the Sunday slate, give you some picks, maybe some player props, and we're going to talk about every pick against the spread, and maybe give you a couple free bets. Now, if you want all of our picks, all of our plays, all of our bets, head over to sportsstreet.ca and download that pick package, or you can subscribe today. And remember, you upgrade your subscription, you upgrade your chances in winning. We have our bracket challenge coming up for college football in a couple weeks here. We're going to give away $1,000 to the winner this time. If you subscribe right now, you get an entry into that bracket challenge. If you subscribe as a Hall of Famer, you get 5 entries into that bracket challenge. That's 5 opportunities to win $1,000. I'm not kidding. You upgrade your subscription, you upgrade your chances in winning. But let's jump into this Sunday slate. We have the Browns visiting the Steelers, and it's the 3-9 Browns visiting the division-leading Steelers at 9-3, and I think the Steelers are going to kick the crap out of them. I think this is going to be a bit of a revenge game. Obviously, the Browns won that game in Cleveland in that Blizzard Bowl a few weeks ago, and I'm not going to say that if it wasn't a blizzard that the Browns wouldn't have won, but if it wasn't a blizzard, the Browns wouldn't have won. The Steelers team has been solid all year. I think they're going to go out and I think they're going to clinch the AFC North. I did not expect that coming into the season, but I believe with a win, they're one step closer to clinching. They have a 71% chance of winning the North at this rate to the Ravens, just a 29% chance. So I really like the Steelers to go out there and make a statement. Jaguars at Titans. I will lay the points on the Titans. Give me the Titans all day. I think they're going to kick the shit out of the Jaguars. I have no time for Mac Jones. I don't think he's very good. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence just got put into a coma last week. So that's not very good if you're a Jaguars fan. And the Jaguars, I mean, yeah, I can't back them. Daniel Jones is 3-14 against the spread in his last 17 starts. Give me this Titans team. And if you're looking for a prop bet in this one, I actually do kind of like Will Levis over 200 passing yards. I think he's gunslinger. He's gonna have the bad turnovers, but that's not gonna take away his yardage, especially against a terrible secondary of the Jacksonville Jaguars and a quarterback that's gonna be turning the ball over a lot, in my opinion, in Mac Jones. So give me the Titans and give me some sort of Will Levis passing prop. Jets, Dolphins, 5.5 points with Miami, right? You have to lay the 5.5 points with Miami, and I think that's probably the play here if you're playing this against the spread. If I'm looking at a betting nugget, yeah, the Jets, they're 0-3 this season as underdogs and 2-9 against the spread in their past 11 games as underdogs. So I think you have to be willing to lay those points with the Dolphins in this one and just run away with a victory. This Jets team is not very good. There's rumors that Aaron Rodgers wants out of New York and that there could be a meetup between him, Belichick, and Devontae Adams for the Giants. There's so many random rumors flying around. This team is just in shambles. Give me the Dolphins. Lay the points with the Dolphins. I think they're going to win this football game probably by a touchdown. 5.5 points. That seems like a pretty good spot. We'll run it through the model. Remember, get all of our best bets over on sportsstreet.ca and see what our model has to say about that matchup. Falcons at Vikings. It's got to be the Vikings, right? I've been waiting to fade the Vikings, but I've also been waiting to fade the Falcons, so I don't want to lay 6 points with the Vikings in this one, but I don't like where the Falcons are at. They're 1-5 against the spread against teams with winning records this season. Obviously, this Vikings team, they're trying to keep pace with the Lions. I think this is a spot at home where they can do so. I like Kevin O'Connell as a coach. I think he's put his players in spots to succeed, and I just don't see... man, if this comes down to a shootout, I like the Vikings playmakers more on offense. I like Aaron Jones more. I like Justin Jefferson more than anyone. Mind you, anyone on Atlanta's offense. Outside Bijan Robinson, maybe. But, yeah, give me the Vikings in this one. I can't lay the points. But I like the Vikings to win this football game. The Falcons are just bad. They're just not as good. I still think the Bucs are going to win the NFC South. Speaking of NFC South teams, it's the New Orleans Saints visiting the New York Giants. Yeah, I like the Saints in this one. I think they're going to pick up a win here. Derek Carr, he has 6 touchdowns to no interceptions since returning from that oblique injury in Week 9. This guy's been on fire. I think he's going to dice up this Giants defense. Now, New Orleans dashed 4 points. Give it to me. I don't think either of these teams are necessarily that good. I just think the Saints are in a way better position right now. Heck, the Giants don't even know who to play at quarterback. Are they going to play Tommy Cutlets? Are they going to play Drew Lock? Are they going to play Mickey Mouse? Does it really matter? Not really. The Saints, they're kind of still in it. They win this game, they get to 5-8. They're chasing the Falcons at 6-6, who, again, we think are going to lose this week. So the Saints win this game. They're right back in the mix of things. I think Derek Carr knows that. He's been balling out, as I said. Give me the Saints. I'm laying the 4 points, most likely. But I'll be looking at some Derek Carr props in this one and some receiving props. And maybe even some running props. Alvin Kamara, I think, could dash up this defense pretty good. The Giants are just bad. It's a bad football team. Carolina Panthers at Philadelphia Eagles. And how about them Panthers, man? Eliminated from playoff contention, but Bryce Young's starting to look like the first overall pick. He has been balling out the last few weeks. I like to see it. However, does it really matter? Right? Does it really matter going into Philadelphia? They're going to lose the game. Philadelphia needs to get a win here to keep pace with the Lions for that first round bye in the NFC, that first overall seed. So I think I think the Eagles are going to win this one, but I think the Panthers can be feisty here. And 13.5 points is a lot of points. We played the points last week in a couple of big spots with the Raiders. Playing the points is never a bad option. So if the team gets blown out, whatever, that was supposed to happen. But if you take the points, backdoor covers happen, guys. Bryce Young's playing ball right now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a backdoor cover here, so I'm not laying the points with the Eagles. I may end up laying the points or taking the points with the Panthers. But, yeah, obviously the Eagles are going to win this game. Saquon Barkley's going to go off. Look for him to do his thing. This Panthers defense, rush defense, is terrible. So I think Saquon's in for another 100-yard game. And look at his props. I believe he's at 110 right now. I like him to go over 110 rushing yards, so look out for that. Raiders at Buccaneers. The Buccaneers also 6-6. Yeah, I like the Buccaneers in this one. Am I going to lay the 6.5 points? No, I'm not going to be laying 6.5 points. This Raiders team, they're feisty. Backdoor covers, we just talked about it. That's a lot of points, but the Bucs, they're 2-0 since their bye. I think they've gotten things, they've righted the ship, quite literally. Baker Mayfield, he's playing solid football. Bucky Irving is dealing with a hip injury, so be cognizant of that. But if you're looking for a prop bet in this one, look for Brock Bowers to do his thing, taking on the 30th ranked passing defense in the NFL, allowing 258.3 passing yards per game. That is the Bucs. I think Brock Bowers can eat yet again in this matchup. That kid's been awesome. Moving into the afternoon window now, it's the Seahawks and Cardinals, and they're battling it out for first place in the NFC West. This should be a fun game. And I think anything can happen. It's a divisional matchup. I don't really have a read on this one. I'm not going to be laying the points with the Cardinals. 2.5 points, I'm not doing it. I think Seattle's feisty. And I think Seattle could potentially go in and win this game. But the Cardinals, they've covered 3 straight home games. And the Seahawks have covered 3 straight road games. So the unstoppable force is meeting the unmovable object. I think we stay away from this one and look for some player props. Check out what our model has to say over on sportstree.ca. Bills, Rams. This one should be fun. I like the Bills here. I'll probably be laying the 3.5 points with the Bills. Obviously, they clinched the division, but they're still chasing that top seed in the AFC, and they need to be able to lock that down because a first-round bye is going to be huge, and I think anyone can beat Kansas City any given week, and we're going to talk about that in a few short minutes here. But if you're looking for a prop bet in this one, look no further than James Cook. I think he's going to pop off against a Rams defense that's allowing the 5th most rushing yards per game to running backs this season, over 144 yards, mind you. Look out for James Cook to cook. I also think that's the game script. I think the Bills are going to get up early in this one. I think they're going to dominate the game and then just hand it off to Cook throughout the rest of the game. Maybe some tight end touchdown props for the Bills as well. Bears at 49ers. I don't even want to talk about this. Oh, man, the Bears are just so frustrating, so bad. Finally, they fire Matt Eberflus. 105 years of football in Chicago. The oldest team. Oldest franchise in the NFL, first time they've ever fired a coach mid-season. The ownership is very cheap. They don't like to spend money, and they just did. And obviously, that's not the ideal situation to put our quarterback Caleb Williams in. Yeah, our quarterback, as if I'm a part of this organization. Goodness gracious. San Francisco -4. I'm not laying the points. Obviously, there's injuries there. CMC's done. Jordan Mason's done. Third-string running backs, sure. This game, I'm not really overly interested. I'm going to be cheering for the Bears because hell, why not? But yeah, prop wise, maybe Caleb Williams to throw the ball around, especially now that Thomas Brown is the head coach, not just calling the plays. Caleb Williams is averaging almost 300 yards per game since Thomas Brown has taken over. So I do like Caleb Williams to throw the ball around this Niners defense that has not looked very good this season. Sunday Night Football, Chargers and Chiefs, and I love this game for the Chargers. Give me the Chargers with the 4.5 points. I just think this is a great spot for them. Furthermore, the Chiefs are 0-6 against the spread in their past 6 games. That is quite the streak to be on. The Chiefs are barely getting by, and that's just a fact. Just watch their games, whether it's officiating, whether it's heroics, last-second heroics and blocked field goals or missed field goals by the opposition. This team is finding ways to win football games, and all the credit for them, but with 4.5 points in the divisional matchup against a surging Chargers team, I think the Chargers can bring some thunder into Kansas City and possibly shock the world here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers won this game outright, but I'm laying the 4.5 points with the Chargers. I just see two teams heading in two opposite directions here. The Chiefs, obviously, they can clinch the division with a victory, but this Chargers team is red hot. Justin Herbert's playing amazing football. So we'll see what happens. Folks, make sure you head over to sportstree.ca right now and check out our Week 14 pick package. You can either subscribe and get access to it, or you can just download the pick package for the weekend. Remember, we have our bracket challenge coming up. It's going to open up next week after the college football games, and the playoff is set, and someone's going to be going home with $1,000. Invite your friends. It's going to be a ton of fun. Play along, and remember, you upgrade your subscription, you upgrade your opportunities to win. Folks, I'm Connor Rowntree. Cheers. You've made it to the weekend.